Okay, hi and assalamualaikum everyone. Firstly, sorry for taking your precious times today for attending today's meeting. And I think all of you know about our agenda today, which is to decide on investment counters that we are going to invest, and the choices that we are going to consider are RHB Sukuk, RHB Equity, and Malayan Flour Mills REITs. So let's not wasting our time. I will pass to Hanis as our financial manager to share about the price behavior of the counters.
Okay, thank you. I will start the presentation of price behavior on RHB equity. So this is the figures that I showed you, and the performance figures are absolute returns based on the price of the fund as at 25th January 2022 on NAV to NAV basis. So with income distribution being reinvested with the income distribution date, and the performance figures of over 1 year annualized. So 33.3% gain in 3 years, work out to a 10% gain per year when annualized. So this is the last updated on 26 January 2022. Okay, next is Malayan Flour. So Malayan Flour MFM has an unchanged fair value of RM1 37 per share, and the fair value is based on financial year 2022. And we believe that MFM poultry division would swing into the black in financial year 2022, which is the pre-tax loss 93.2 million, underpinned by higher sales volume and selling prices. The poultry plant in Lumut is estimated to achieve an average utilization rate of 60% to 70% in financial year 2022, compared to 50% in financial year 2021. And we believe that selling price of poultry would remain high in financial year 2022 due to the supply shortage and festive driven demand. And the flour division in Malaysia is still profitable, although we expect margin erosions arising from the high cost of wheat. We forecast MFM's flour division to achieve an EBIT of 164.3 million in financial year 2022, which is the same financial year 2021. Okay, next is RHB Sukuk. For RHB Bank Berhad is pleased to announce that it is wholly owned subsidiary RHB Islamic Bank, and it is fully redeemed 500 million in nominal value of subordinated Sukuk Murabahah issued under stock named Redeemed Subordinated Sukuk, and the Redeemed Subordinated Sukuk was issued on 15 May 2014. And in addition, it is issued of 500 million in nominal value, which is subordinated Sukuk Murabahah, to replenish the redeemed subordinated Sukuk. And the subordinated Sukuk Murabahah rated AA3 by Rating Service Berhad is issued for a tenure for 10 years, non-callable 5 years, with a fixed profit rate of 4.32% per annum, payable semi-annually in arrears throughout the entire tenure. And the subordinated Sukuk Murabahah will qualify as Tier 2 capital of RHB Islamic Bank, subject to compliance with the requirement as specified in the Capital Adequacy Framework for Islamic Banks, issued by Bank Negara Malaysia on 2 February 2018. So proceeds raised from the subordinated Sukuk Murabahah will be utilised for RHB Islamic Bank Syariah compliant working capital.
Wow, that is a great explanation. Okay, now may I know, is RHB Bank Berhad and Malayan Flour Mills Berhad is Syariah compliance or non-Syariah compliance? If they are Syariah compliance, may I know what is the guideline that show it as Syariah compliance?
Thank you for the questions. Without further, I will explain to you Syariah guidelines for RHB Islamic Bank and Malayan Flour Mills Berhad. For the RHB Global Sukuk, net asset value must be compliant at 90 until 100%, and for liquidity asset, including Islamic money and cash out to 10% for amount invested in Sharia compliant. Second, any other of non-compliant investment will be disposed within a month of knowing the Sharia status of investment. Furthermore, the fund of Sukuk who was investor of Muslim does not pay for zakat, and they should pay the zakat on their own. Next, Sharia guideline that RHB used, which is commodity murabahah, is a tabarruk arrangements between RHB Islamic Berhad, the customer, and the commodity suppliers stockbroker. It refers to the trading of commodity which act as the underlying asset of sale and purchase transactions. Furthermore, run is a term that refers to a contract in which one party, the pledger, Rahim, promise an asset as collateral marhum to another party, the pledger, Murtahin, to satisfy any obligated debts or obligation marhum B owed to the pledger in the event of such obligated default. Finally, wakalah refers to a contract in which a party acts as principal mewakil and another party acts as his agent wakil with or without the impositions of fee to fulfill a specific duty and subject that may assign. Next, of Islamic capital market, which is equity of RHB Islamic Bank. At least 95% of net asset value, investment in RHB Dana Islamic units, 1% to 5% of net asset value, which is investment in liquid asset such as Islamic money market, instrument, and cash placement. To comply with Sharia standard and all applicable guidelines, rules, and regulations, this fund may engage in securities lending unless otherwise approved by the guidelines on unit trust fund. This fund shall not seek or provide funds for its operations. Finally, REITs of Malayan Flour Berhad. This panel will advise, monitor, and verify all Sharia compliant matters in the group commercial activities and transactions are followed. Produce halal items that meet consumer standard. First, all factory made goods must be Jakin certificate. Second, assuring that all raw ingredients are halal. Finally, clean manufacturing, storage, and transportation system.
Okay, next, let's move on to our financial analyst to present a little bit about the fundamental analysis of both companies.
Okay, now let's move on to fundamental analysis for RHB Bank and Malayan Flour Mills Berhad. Based on financial highlight of RHB Bank, the ROE is 8.55. It indicates that the ROE is high and more successful in generating cash internally. The investors are always looking for companies with high growing returns and common equity. The price-earning ratio is currently undervalued 9.82, which means investors are currently willing to pay RM9.52 per RM1 ringgit of earning per share. It means that investors now are expecting low growth rates in the future for this company. The EPS for RHB Bank is RM 58.55 ringgit, which means it has a strong financial position and is reliable company to invest. The dividend yield of this company is 3.07%, where investors will earn 3.07% on shares of RHB Bank in the form of dividends. If a company dividend yield has been steadily increasing, this could be because they are increasing their dividend or because their share price is declining. For net tangible assets is 6.8474, where it is better to be higher than the fair market value. And lastly, for the price to book ratio, it is good to be below 1 to become a solid investment. For this company, the PB is undervalued at 0.84%. So the RHB Bank can be considered as a solid investment. Okay, now let's move on to a second company, which is Malayan Flour Mills Berhad. The ROE is 13.55, where it indicates that the ROE is high and more useful if it is compared to a benchmark such as the average of ROE in the industry where the company operates or the company's ROE in the past years. And it is also means that this company is more successful in generating cash internally. For the price earning ratio, it is also undervalued with 3.69, where it means that the investors are expecting low growth rates in the future for this company. The EPS of Malayan Flour Mills is RM16.39, which means it has a better financial position and is quite a reliable company to invest compared to RHB Bank. The dividend per share is RM1, where it shows that the company is financially stable and performing well in its current market condition. For net tangible asset, it is better to be higher than the fair market value. And for this company, the PB is undervalued with 0.50%, where it also can be considered as a solid investment, but it could also mean something is fundamentally wrong with the company. The PB ratio also indicates whether you are paying too much for what would remain if the company went bankrupt immediately.
Okay, now I want to ask about the dividend. May I know how much dividend given this year from RHB Bank Berhad and Malayan Flour Mills Berhad?
So let's look at into technical analysis for Malayan Flour Mills Berhad. For moving average is also 30, which means that the average price is for a time span of 30 days. Moving average for MF Flour is indicated with the blue line, which shows ME30 of 0.6242 in 31st December 2021. M4 moving average is declining since October 2021, which indicates that it is also in a downtrend. The downward momentum is confirmed with a bearish crossover which occurs when a short moving average crosses below longer term moving average. Next, in the case of M4 Relative Strength Index, the company's stock is in uptrend from middle of November 2021 until the end of December 2021. And now it is having a downtrend since the end of January 2021 until now. M4 current RSI value is 64.35, which is also above 30. It is not overbought, neither it is oversold because it is in between 30 and 70. And the last one is stochastic. M4 stocks in stochastic are in oversold range during November 2021 until the beginning of December 2021. However, recently the stock shows an upward momentum as we enter December 2021, where the stochastic line shift upward. As of 31st December 2021, the value of stochastic D3 and stochastic K14 is currently 95.2381 and 96.0317 respectively, and it is considered overbought as it is over 80. Okay, now let's move on to technical analysis of RHB Bank Berhad. Based on the chart above, the moving average is 30, which means that the average price is for a time span of 30 days. RHB Bank moving average is indicated with the blue line, which shows 5.320 on 31st December 2021. RHB Bank moving average is declining slightly in December 2021, which indicates that it is in a downtrend. This downtrend momentum is confirmed with a bearish crossover which occurs when a short-term moving average crosses below longer-term moving average. Now for relative strength index in RHB Bank, the company's stock is in uptrend during early December until the end of December 2021, but suddenly RHB Bank started to show downward momentum. RHB Bank is currently having a downtrend since the end of January 2021 until now. RHB Bank current RSI value is 54.865, which is above 30. It is not overbought, neither oversold. The RSI cannot reach 70 on a number of consecutive price swings during an uptrend but then drops below 30. This means that the trend has weakened and could be reversing lower. For the last one is stochastic. RHB Bank stocks are in oversold range during May 2021 until the beginning of July 2021. However, recently the stock shows an upward momentum as we enter July 2021 where the stochastic line shift upward. As of 9 July 2021, the value of stochastic at D3 and stochastic at K14 is currently 81.25 and 64.38 respectively. It is also neither overbought or oversold. So looking at the chart, RHB Bank have a potential to shift downward as the stochastic movement is currently going down at the moment.
So it is final that our company will invest in RHB as everyone agreed. To end our meeting, I would like to thank all of you for your attendance and your good listening today. And Assalamualaikum.
I agree with you because based on our presentation today, we can see that RHB Bank's performance are good and more stable compared to Malayan flour mills. So if anything happen in our investment for RHB Bank, we still can solve and manage it nicely.